Get ready for blazing fast open models, breakthrough Python and TypeScript releases, Copilot's smartest model yet, and a MacBook trackpad that doubles as a digital scale. All that and more on this episode of The Download. Welcome back to another episode of The Download, the show where we cover the latest developer news and open source projects. I'm your host, Kadesha Kerr, developer advocate here at GitHub. Let's get into it. OpenAI has dropped not one, but two new open-weight language models, GPT-OSS 120B and GPT-OSS 20B. These models flex serious muscle, outshining similar-sized open models on reasoning, tool use, and even health-related benchmarks. The 120B models runs on a single 80GB GPU, while the 20B can squeeze onto edge devices with just 16GB of RAM. Perfect for developers who want high performance without melting their credit cards. Both models are optimized for agentic workflows, support extensive context lengths, and are designed for safety, even undergoing adversarial fine-tuning. Ready to tinker? Check out the GPT-OSS repo on GitHub. OpenAI isn't resting, as they've also launched GPT-5, their most advanced model yet. This model is a jack of all trades, excelling in coding, writing, health, and even visual perception. GPT-5 is a unified system that dynamically decides how much brain power to apply, switching between quick answers and deep, think hard about this mode as needed. Not only does GPT-5 set new records on academic benchmarks, but it's also less likely to hallucinate, more honest, and significantly less sycophantic. GPT-5 is now rolling out in public preview for all paid GitHub Copilot plans, including Copilot Chat on github.com, VS Code, and GitHub Mobile. Enterprise admins can enable GPT-5 with a single click on the admin dashboard. But wait, there's more! Anthropic's Claude Opus 4.1 is also joining the Copilot party for Enterprise and Pro Plus users. Opus 4.1 brings improved agentic reasoning and code refactoring skills, with early users raving about its surgical precision on large codebases. Both models are available in the chat model picker, but Opus 4.1 will only be in the Ask mode for VS Code. Copilot's model buffet just got even tastier. Typescript 5.9 has landed. The latest version brings a slimmer default tsconfig.json, support for the shiny new import defer syntax, stable module node 20 support, and beefier editor hovers. No more blink and you'll miss it tooltips. Performance optimizations abound, and the new incremental type instantiations should make libraries like Zod and TRPC much happier. Heads up, some notable changes to DOM typings and type interface may require tweaks, especially if you're living on the bleeding edge. And yes, TypeScript 6.0 is already in the works. Think of it as your on-ramp to the much-anticipated TypeScript 7.0 native support. Python 3.14 has reached release candidate, and it's a whopper. Official support for free-threaded Python, experimental JIT compilations, and a new installer for Windows headline the release. Template strings, T-strings, and the deferred annotation evaluation join the syntax party, and error messages are now more helpful. No more cryptic for typos without a nudge in the right direction. Developers also get a safer debugger interface, a CAPI for interpreter configuration, and multi-interpreter support in the standard library. Garbage collection is snappier, and tail call compiled interpreters should eke out a few more percentage points of performance. Pythonistas, start your virtual environments. Mojo is the talk of the AI town, and for good reason. This Python-compatible language, backed by modular and LLVM legend Chris Latner, promises C++ level performance with Pythonic ease. Developers are seeing up to 35,000x speed-ups, zero-cost portability, and an out-of-the-box support for major Python libraries. With built-in features like SIMD, GPU, TPU access, and Rust-like safety, Mojo is winning hearts and benchmarks alike. If you want to ride the next big wave in AI programming, Mojo's the board to grab. Reanimated 4 is officially stable, and it's bringing the magic of CSS-style animations and transitions to React Native. The new API simplifies state-driven animations, making them more declarative and performant, while worklets have been spun off into their own package for extra flexibility. Upgrading is mostly painless, provided you're already on the new architecture. There's even a revamped, more natural spring animation. No more fiddling with obscure thresholds, unless you really want to. VS Code users, great news! MCP or Model Context Protocol support is now generally available, letting you plug into external servers as first-class resources. Think LSP but for LLMs. The latest updates include support for elicitations, servers can now ask you for input, easier server management, and seamless migration from old configs. Organizations can also set Copilot policies around MCP servers, and model access is a breeze. If you're building custom tools or want to supercharge your Copilot experience, now's the time. If you prefer your news with a side of banter, check out the new episode of the GitHub podcast. Cassidy, Abby, and Kadesha, that's me, unpack the Model Context Protocol, why it matters for open source, and how it's changing the game for AI transparency and productivity. Bonus points if you catch our LSP versus MCP analogy, because who doesn't love a good protocol showdown? You have to check out this awesome open source project. If you ever need to weigh your next hardware prototype or just want to prank your coworkers with suspiciously precise fruit measurements, TrackWeight is a new open source macOS app that turns your MacBook's trackpad into a digital scale by tapping into force touch sensor data. Install via DMG, Homebrew, or build it yourself. Just don't try to weigh your lunch yet. The legendary JS13K Games competition is back for its 14th year. The challenge? Build a web game in just 13 kilobytes of code. With over $30,000 in prizes, custom t-shirts, and the eternal glory of shipping absurdly small games, it's the ultimate test for anyone who thinks less is more. The theme dropped on August 13th, so definitely check it out. Big changes at the top. Thomas, GitHub CEO, is leaving after nearly 4 years to chase startup dreams once again. Under his watch, GitHub ballooned to over 150 million developers, 1 billion repositories, and GitHub Copilot became the leader in the age of AI. It's been a joy working under your leadership, Thomas. So long, and you're welcome for all the fish. And that's a wrap for this week's episode. Whether you're chasing the bleeding edge or just perfecting your CSS transitions, may your bills be green and your stack traces short. See you next time for more highlights, puns, and if we're lucky, fewer breaking changes.